I was a door-to-door salesman for 5 years, and it was one of the craziest experiences of my life. I had doors slammed in my face, people cussed me out, and dogs chased me down the street. But I learned some of the most valuable lessons of my life from that experience. Let me give you my hard-earned insights that I gained from knocking on thousands of doors that have helped me not only in sales, but in my personal life as well. First impressions matter. Think about it. If you're still watching this video, it's because you made a decision in the first 5 seconds. That's how crucial it is to put your best foot forward. And it's the same with job interviews or first dates or even in sales. The first impression often sets the tone for the entire interaction. When I would go knock on doors, I guarantee that people would form their opinions on me in the first few moments. And so I would do my absolute best to optimize that interaction, whether it was with a warm smile or a firm handshake, or I would even soften the tone of my voice, anything I could do to make them feel more comfortable. Those little things can often go a long way in creating a lasting impression that can influence any interaction. And remember, at the end of the day, you only get one chance to make a first impression, so make it a good one. Next, persistence is key. Out of all the lessons that I learned during my 5 years as a door-to-door salesman, none of them are as important as the power of persistence. It's so easy to get discouraged after having countless doors slammed in your face. But persistence is the ability to keep knocking on those doors or sending those emails or making those calls even when it seems like nobody is listening. Because the truth is, success rarely comes easily. You need grit and determination even when it seems like the odds are stacked against you. There were days where it was rainy outside and nobody answered the door, or everybody turned me down, and I'd come home soaking wet and so defeated. And I would even think about quitting because it just wasn't worth it anymore. But because I stuck at it and I kept going long enough, I also had those days where I would win big. And I would just get one sale after the next, and before you know it, I just had momentum coming my way. And let me tell you, those moments of victory and triumph were worth every moment of rejection. But if you can't push through adversity, you'll never know what's on the other side. It could just be your goals or your dreams. So when you feel like giving up, remember, oftentimes the greatest victories come after the toughest battles. Next, you can't judge a book by its cover. It's easy to make assumptions based off someone's appearance or demeanor. We all do it from time to time. But what we often forget is that there's so much more to a person than what meets the eye. There would be times where I'd knock on someone's door and they would answer it and they'd give me back the coldest stare, and it was honestly a little disturbing. My heart would sink and I'd get all flustered because I just felt like they had no interest in anything that I had to say. But here's the kicker. Oftentimes, I would convert those people into some of my greatest sales long term. And on the flip side, there were people that I met who seemed like a perfect fit on paper, and yet I would realize that they just really weren't the right fit for me. And that's why it's important to push past those first impressions and give everybody a fair chance. Because sometimes the most unexpected people are the ones that make all the difference at the end of the day. And this one's the most important one. You've got to remember that rejection is not personal. When I first started out in sales, I let every no get under my skin. I mean, seriously, rejection can be a tough pill to swallow, especially when it feels personal. But the truth is, rejection is not a reflection of your worth or your value as a person. It's just simply an outcome or a decision that somebody else made based off of their own set of circumstances. And every time that you face rejection, you have the opportunity to refine your approach, to improve your skills, to get better at what you do. And once you start hearing no after no, you start knocking on doors and you get people telling you no all the time, I'm telling you, you're gonna build an immunity to it where you're gonna become an unstoppable force. I'm serious, it's gonna toughen you up. It'll make you a better, more resilient person. And that's a lesson that applies to every category of life. Rejection is never easy, but it's a necessary part to improvement and growth. Those 5 years as a door-to-door salesman taught me some of the most important lessons in my life that I still apply today. And whether it's in sales, relationships, or pursuing your passions, these principles can help you overcome any obstacle and achieve your goals. And never forget, it's never about how many doors are slammed in your face, but how many doors you keep knocking on. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this was helpful for you. And don't forget to like or subscribe. Peace.